if you have the rifle ready to shoot. It's ready to go. Let's see if I can get a little better quality for you guys to see. Okay, so basically we've got the hammer engaged right here, engaged with the trigger, disconnected, not touching anything. You can see right here where this little groove is, that's where the actual trigger is sitting, or actually making contact with the hammer. So again, just to let you guys know, when there is a spring right here that gives constant tension to both of these parts. So this hammer is actually pulling forward really tight. There's some tension on it, so as you are pulling the trigger, that's when it releases, drops that hammer onto the firing pin, and lets a round go downrange. So again, if you take a look right here, you're going to see me pulling the trigger back slowly. You see it's moving, and then it releases, causing the hammer to go forward. The bolt carrier group is actually going to push the hammer back into place and reset the trigger. Now, purpose for the disconnect, for you guys that follow through and wait for the reset on the trigger, let's do it again. You're going to pull trigger, hammer goes forward, and if you keep that trigger to the rear, the hammer is going to go back either way. So if you see right here, this connection where the disconnect meets the hammer, one of the hammer notches, you'll see it actually clicks right there, and then again there's always tension on that hammer, or on that on the hammer. So once you let go slowly of that trigger, you see now it disengages the disconnect and re-engages that little notch right there. So that's pretty much how a AR-15 trigger assembly works. Let me show you guys really quick. I wanted to show you how the Daniel Defense lower parts kits come. If you see right here where that connection actually meets up, they polished the trigger portion, and then again they polish the hammer portion where those two pieces of metal are meeting and rubbing. So if you guys have a gritty trigger, if it's not really consistent and it's not a smooth pull, this is one option that you have to actually help your standard mil-spec trigger get a little smoother for you. It's basically just kind of polishing these two portions where it meets up. That way you get a really smooth pull. Really inexpensive modification. Just make sure you're not filing down too much of the material, because then it'll get you in some problems. So just thought I'd show you guys that. It's a subject that I wasn't too familiar with when I first